Okay, good evening, good afternoon,
Good morning.
good morning, wherever you are. Yeah, because Eugene's in Malaysia. Wherever you are in the world. This is
Good
Harry
morning,
from
Steve.
Spurs TV, and we're back again to talk about another Spurs loss. Again, and I'm keep saying again, again. So yeah, just same old Tottenham, I guess. And so I've got Eugene back with me. Eugene, you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Yeah, used to it, right? Used to our. We are we're called consistently inconsistent. So we are consistent.
Yeah.
Consistently
Consistent.
inconsistent. So we are consistent.
Yeah.
Oh dear, I don't know what to say. Right, it's Spurs, right, guys? Right. Don't have so much expectations on Spurs. Our owners don't give us any expectations, right? So it is what it is.
I mean, I think we'll get into Levy a bit later on because he's currently at the F1. So
I'm
because
watching the F1.
apparently, because racing is more important than football to Levy. So there you go.
No, Levy is
Um,
smart, guys. The F1 market, right, are rich brats, right, who will support any club, right? I don't know if you can get them to support your club, right? It's more money for Spurs, but where the money go to the football, we'll see. If it ever goes to the football, we'll see. Big up, big up.
big
Yeah,
up Mark and
big
how
up, man.
Bobby K. You're right, mate. Yeah,
Bobby
thank you.
K,
Yeah.
where are you, Bobby K? You working today?
If anyone wants to join, by the way, the link is in the chat. So yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get into the shit show that was yesterday. First of all, let's talk
Well,
about the
it
first
wasn't.
half.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't that much of a shit show, to tell you the truth, guys. Right? I think we did perform quite well in the first half, right? But of course, in the
Okay.
second half, all of a sudden I don't know, lost the plot, if I'm not mistaken. Just lost the
Mm.
plot. Yeah. Let me see. What mic? Proper mic. Audio quality coming out better. Oh, my audio quality is coming out better. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
you better get a mic, right? But to tell you the
Yeah.
truth, first half, if luck was on our side, we could have been like 2-0 up, right? But second half, yeah, Adama Traore came on. I've been watching streams, people slating Adama Traore. Yeah, he's useless, blah blah blah. Can't score for peanuts. Guess what? Dr. Tottenham is coming to give you a jab.
You do know
Ah,
that's
dear.
I think his eighth goal for Wolves overall.
Yeah,
I think it's only his second goal this season.
yeah. And of all
So yeah.
people, he has scored against, right? It says, yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
But with the first half, did you ever feel like we were going to score though? Because when I was watching the game, we created a few half chances, let's say, but nothing really. It's not like I felt that Wolves are ever under the cosh, or under so much pressure that we were going to
No, but
score
the thing is, during
and
the
run away
first
with
half,
the game.
we
Yeah.
dominated possession. We had most of the possession. We had most of the shots, right? But like I said, uh, it didn't go in. It didn't go in, right? And sometimes a lot of people we underestimate the goalkeeper, right? There were like a few saves, there was one shot from Son that was tipped off, right?
Yeah,
And of
yeah.
course, I'm going to go on the offside run that Son was on, and then he blasted over the bar and all that, right? There was another one, if not
I
mistaken.
don't think Son knew he was offside. Just for the
Yeah,
record.
no, it doesn't matter. If he knew or he didn't knew, it's offside, right? And of course, there was one shot from Decky, right? There was also tipped.
Oh yeah, that
If
was
I'm
a
not
good
mistaken.
chance. I think that was
Yeah,
a
there
good
was a good
chance.
chance too. So, I mean, the goalkeeper, right? I think it most probably come down to the goalkeeper did his job,
Mm.
and our defense and goalkeeper didn't do their job. Simple as that. Right.
But are you
So it comes
surprised?
to
Because obviously Dyer didn't play. Because I, I mean, I was happy with that. But Longley played in the middle, and Davies moved back into central centre back. Sorry, left sided centre half, and you had Romero came back. So a lot more changes since the Sheffield United game where we didn't play who we played. Son returned to the side. I fully expected Richarlison to play on the left after what happened before, and I thought he was just going to revert to the same team that played against Chelsea and West Ham because that's what was working. So logic to say is you go with that team. But did you think that Longley made a difference at all compared to something like Dyer?
uh, honestly, our defense is awful. It doesn't matter whether you put in Dyer, whether you put in Longley. whether you put in whoever you're gonna get to put in there, right? At the moment now, they ain't clicking. I don't know. Like I said, if we were in control, I mean, when we were in control in the first half, we dominated. But once they got in control, right? Once they pressure us, we crumble again. So quality, nah. Depth, nah. I think it is what it is. We have just to accept that we lost, right? Uh, Most probably tomorrow I'll be doing my show, right?
Mm,
I'm gonna bring in a very prominent Malaysian, right, who's a sports
mm,
science doctor, and I'm gonna give him very very interesting questions, right, on maybe there's something wrong, whether mentally or physically, with our players, right? We play two brilliant games and all of a sudden we turn to shit. Why?
but
And this is not
but
the first time.
but Eugen, don't you think the two brilliant games, however you want to take it, the two games we won, we played the same 11, didn't we? Correct
Hmm.
me if I'm wrong. So why did we change it?
Oh, priorities, right? The priorities why we changed it. I guess maybe when we had those two games, we played the same set of players. We were okay. Even if we can call it brilliant games, we played a
Mm,
mediocre West Ham and what I call a disjointed Chelsea,
mm,
right? And then when we went to play Sheffield United, we underestimated Sheffield United, and we rejig too much, right? And it failed there. And when we came back to Wolves, we tried to reject it back, but we didn't follow the same puzzle. I mean, the puzzle
mm,
pieces weren't put properly. And like I said, in the first half, we were dominant. We had the most of the chances, but we didn't take the chances. And in the second half, I guess uh Lopetegui took took advantage of Stellini, right?
mm,
And he made his changes so early, right? He point out our weaknesses, and he took advantage of it, right? And like I've been saying, this is a weird kind of scenario that we've been going through, and this is not only this year, right? Even
mm.
last year we went through this, right? Remember last year we had the win loss, win loss, win loss
Yeah,
for like
yeah,
eight,
yeah,
eight
yeah. I
eight
remember.
games straight, right? It was some
Yeah.
kind of trifecta kind. You bet win loss, win loss, win loss,
It
eight
took us
games
to
you win.
West Ham, I think, to break it, if
And,
I
yeah.
remember. Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe if Conte comes back on Wednesday and we actually Conte is back today, right? That's what Stellini said, right? Conte be back
Yeah,
Sunday.
today. He's back today. Yeah, he's
Uh,
back
be
today.
back Sunday. He'll take back the helm of the training and blah blah blah. So let's see what happens on Wednesday. Are we playing Wednesday or Tuesday? I don't even mistake. I'm not
Wednesday,
even sure.
Wednesday. Yeah.
Playing
On the
Wednesday
8th,
again.
8th of March, yeah. 8th
Yeah,
of
playing on
March.
Wednesday again. Yeah.
Are
At
you going to
home.
watch it? Because I don't know what time it will be in Malaysia.
Oh, 4 a.m.
Yeah.
It depends. Yeah. To tell the truth, the Sheffield United game, I didn't even watch it. I knew nothing
Mm.
good was going to come out of it. I went to sleep and I recorded it and I switched off all the media, right? And
Watched
I
it.
didn't I didn't even read the WhatsApp group, didn't
Oh,
look
you
into
muted it.
BBC
Yeah.
Sport, right? Didn't look into Twitter, and I just played the game, right? And
What did you think?
it was shit.
Yeah, it was shit.
Yeah. Pure shit.
I was more
Yeah.
annoyed with the Sheffield United loss than I was with yesterday, to be honest with you.
To tell the truth, right? How can our B team lose to a Sheffield United B team while Sheffield United is in the championship? So that shows where our level is in the depth of our squad. So it is what it is, guys. Right? You want to shout, you want to cry, you want to scream. Right? Just have to accept it. Yeah.
Screen, screen, yeah.
Mm.
But like, for example, with the whole Chelsea West Ham, I'm not saying we were like amazing in those games, but for once it felt like we had some sort of consistency because at least we won two games in a row, right? So why not stick to the same team against Sheffield United and carry it on, and then play the same team, maybe make maybe one or two tweaks against Wolves, maybe one or two, and then obviously play the same team again against Milan. Of course, we had the Emerson injury, if you don't know about that, but so
Oh, Emerson
Porro
was
would have
injured.
just
Oh dear.
because he only came on yesterday. He has a knock apparently.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe there's some excuses, but tell the
So
truth,
mate,
guys.
so are we the Harry Kane team then?
Yeah. Sheffield United B team is better than our team without Harry Kane. I think even with Harry Kane, we were shit at the moment. Now, guys, it's weird, right? The West
Yeah.
Ham game, the Chelsea game, intensity, the press, the energy was there, right? Reach Sheffield United, everything went downhill. Why? That's my question now. Why all of a sudden we drop not 50%, not 60%, we drop all the way to 0%? Like nobody turned up, right? Like nobody was interested. Why? What's going on? Is there some kind of outside influence, right? Deciding what's happening to our games, right? You get what I'm saying?
Like
So
Levy.
yeah, I'm not even
Yeah.
saying Levy, maybe something bigger than Levy. Remember what Levy said in his interview? We are not in control of the games. Then my question is, who is right? Who is in control of our games, right? Is there
Season the
someone else
Kane
in
team.
control?
Yeah. At least Scott admits it. It's the Kane team this season, not just Kane and
Uh,
Son. It's just Kane.
Scott, it's always been a Kane and a Son team for the past 3 years. That's the thing.
Mm.
We all have to admit it, right?
As soon as
Right.
Ericsson was sold, that's what it became. Really.
Yeah, that's it. Oh dear. Oh, just a Formula One update, right? Charles Leclerc is out. Yeah,
Who's out?
Leclerc.
Claire.
Charles Leclerc is out. Yeah. Anyway, Red Bull's running away with it again. So yeah, it is what it is.
I don't think Everton won. Did they lose? I don't know.
Everton, the last time I saw it was 2-2. Yeah, Everton was 2-2. So I'll not see. Let's see what happened.
I think they dropped points. They must have been winning because I just saw an update. And they must have dropped
That means
points.
it ended up 2-2 then. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were leading
That's bad.
2-1. Yeah.
Everton need the points to stay
Yeah.
up. So yeah, I actually quite like Sean Dyche.
Everton needs the points to stay up. Nottingham Forest needs the points to stay up, right? Wolves needed the points to stay up. Guess what happened? They got it, right? They got it. Why do we play 5 at the back against Sheffield United B, right? Get this fossil football. I don't know why, right?
Unfortunately,
Guys,
Mark, bro.
right? Yeah, Mark, right? Remember, right? When we lost to Manchester United, right? Last year, November, right? Before Conte came in, we were crying about Nuno. When Conte came in, the whole fan base was elated, right? This time, when Conte is here, right? Levy's back against the wall, right? Levy's supposed to support Conte. Conte's gonna get what he wants, right? Now we are talking about this. Get this fossil football gone, right? Yeah, I guess we get what we want in the end, right? We get what we want, right? That's
what
the
we
problem.
deserve. I don't know.
Yeah, what we deserve. Yeah, especially.
But my argument to this
don't.
always.
Sorry, we don't get what we want, but we get what we deserve. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. We never get what we want from Tottenham.
Yeah.
But for me, Mark, I'm not saying anything against you, but I think the reason we have to play 5 at the back is because we lack quality in that department.
All
So
defenders are shit.
no, because remember Arsenal under Arteta in his first season or first 2 seasons, they played 5 at the back because their defenders were so shit. So they had to make up for the quality by numbers. So when I hear people say play 4 at the back, I just think we're going to look even worse. I just think we'll just concede more goals.
Yeah. Wolves needed the points. Yeah. We played 3 at the back in Sheffield. It doesn't matter, right? I keep telling you guys, right? Our perfect formation is 7-1-1-1. Yeah.
1-1-1.
Yeah, 1-1-1. 7-1-1-1, right?
7 defenders and then who? Got
Remember when what game was that? Yeah, I did the West Ham watch along.
Oh, you did it. Yeah.
Yeah, I did the West Ham watch along. When that team list came out, right? We were looking at 7 defensive players, right? And we were all moaning and groaning, right? And these 7 defensive players, right, turned out to be so attacking. So
like Emerson, yeah.
Yeah. We are too complainant. Yeah, we have to.
I think complacent. Do you mean complacent, Phil?
Complacent? No, I think we complain a lot.
Complacent. Yeah,
complain. No. Yeah, we complain a lot.
That's true. At least I agree with that. Yeah. We have players who believe they just have to show up and we can win. When we played Chelsea and West Ham, we had something to prove. Is that
Yeah.
basically saying so we only perform in the games that are big games, but in the small games we don't take it seriously, so we lose?
I
Is that what
know.
you're saying? I don't know.
Maybe we will find out, right? AC Milan is coming up, the Champions League game. We're gonna maybe make the quarterfinal. Will we turn up this game, right? Or maybe we're saving everything for this game. Are we saving
So
ourselves for that?
let's talk about the substitutions. So I don't know if you saw on Twitter, but everyone's moaning, including myself. Why were there no substitutions before the 75th minute? But
I don't
Wolves
know.
made
That
5 subs, didn't they? Or 3 to
yeah,
5 subs before we made our first.
yeah, I know.
And then it
Yeah,
took
and
us that
our
long to
subs
make a
is
change.
I guess that is our modus operandi, right? We never make subs. Have you ever watched us make early subs? We never make subs during
No.
halftime. Unless it's really necessary due to injury, then we make subs. If not, we never make subs, right? We make subs usually during the 70th minute and above. I guess maybe it's part of the early tactics that Conte has, right? To keep the players out there as long as possible, to give them a chance to prove themselves, right? But
Or
it's
this?
proven
Because we have
nothing.
no
Yeah.
quality on the bench?
Or
Would you
maybe we
say
don't
that?
have quality on the bench, right? I don't know. Maybe and then we just throw on everybody. It doesn't matter. Take off Kane, take off Sonny, right? Put in Danjuma, right? Put in Richarlison, right? Throw in an Alfie Divine
Danjuma.
there. Yeah. Take off
Danjuma.
Foster, put in an Austin in. Let's see whether we have the
Austin in
quality.
goal up front.
Yeah, yeah. Austin in goal.
Do you think
Right.
Danjuma was a Conte signing? It's a stupid question, but
Come on. Does it matter?
because the
At
reason
this
I say
moment,
this,
come on. Okay. At this moment in time, right? It doesn't matter who and who is whoever's signing. Because they all suck. Right?
it will suck.
It doesn't matter whether it's Conte signing, whether it's the club signing, whether it's the tea lady signing, right? Or whether it's the I don't know, the F1 is signed for the F1 track for all we know, the go-karting track. It doesn't matter because none of them are working, right? None of them are working.
So do you think we'll go in the next week? We'll sign up or announce more sponsorships and concerts and stuff like that.
Guys, don't worry, right? Levy is in Bahrain with the F1 crew, right? He's cooking something up again, right? Right. Guys, Formula One, right? It's an elite sport. You get what I'm saying, right? People who sit on yachts, right? Sip champagne, eat strawberries, right? These are the kind of people that Levy wants to mix with now. Or he thinks he can mix with, right? And maybe we'll find a sponsor there somewhere, right? For all you know, in that day will be called the Tottenham Hotspur Red Bull Formula One Stadium or some shit like that. I know. I know. What makes it worse, right? You think we have 18 months?
Conte not sort of defense by the last 15
Philly 2109, right? What I think
There's a lot of
is,
fills.
there are a lot of fields nowadays. What I think about Conte is our stopgap manager. That's all.
So
If
do
a
you
manager
think
comes
Poch is
back for
coming
18
back?
months, to tell the truth, I don't care anymore who comes back, right? Right. We should have taken Sean Dyche for a cat, right? Or maybe Big Sam.
I've been saying Sean Dyche for the past 6 months.
Yeah.
People will laugh at me, but I honestly, Eugen, you're gonna think I'm crazy. Everyone I says this to thinks I'm mad, but he's the only manager that can work with shit players. He took Burnley to like Europe with shit players. He could work with our players because they're shit. Like I think Sean Dyche is the only manager that can do it.
I don't
You suddenly see
know.
us playing long ball football, and I'm sure a lot of people will complain, but it would work because he'll get in like the cheapest, tallest striker from the championship, chuck him up front with Kane. We'll start playing
But
long balls, and then Kane will play off this mountain of Chris Wood or something, and then we'll score goals.
yeah, maybe it'll work, right? Maybe it'll work, but I tell you, if Levy brings
I'm
in
with Scott now. I'm with Scott.
I know.
Now. Mason
Yeah,
in.
but if Levy brings in Sean Dyche, right? Imagine all those on the fence, right, will become Levy out the next day.
You think?
Yeah. You know why? Why do you think after Poch, right? After Poch we brought in Mourinho, right?
Yeah.
But Mourinho was already 90% hated by our fan base anyway. So
I know. I didn't hate him, but
no, I didn't hate Mourinho too, right? Mourinho was the only manager I had confidence that he'll bring us a cup.
Yeah, same, yeah.
Yeah, But the problem is that our owners didn't allow him to get that cup. They sacked him 6 days before the final, right? So it is what it is. Then after that, we went to a 72 days, right? Search for the it doesn't matter who his manager is,
He's
right?
too
I don't want
pragmatic. I told you someone would complain when this conversation on Daesh.
right, no. But Philly 2109. It doesn't matter, right? After 72 days of looking for a, and to tell the lies that came out of Levy, right? We'll go back to our DNA, our attacking football, blah blah blah. We ended up with Nuno, right? We will make we proud, right? So yeah, make we proud. First 3 games we won, right? Arsenal at the bottom of the table at the time. The whole of the Spurs fan base was, yeah, we're gonna win the league. 3 in a row. Yeah, look where the hell we are now, right? After that, we went all the way downhill, right? Then the chance of Levy out in the stadium. What does Levy do? He picks the best, more or less the best manager that us fans, Spurs fans think is, right? That the Spurs fans wanted, right? And threw it in our face, right? And when he did that, everything quiet back down again. We're back to square one again. Now,
He's
while
going to do the
Conte,
same thing. He's going to do the same thing.
Yeah, while Conte now is not giving us what they want, we don't see the beautiful football. The fans are getting tired, too pragmatic, right? It's like Jose Borgen, right? Dinosaur, blah, blah, blah. We're back to square one. Guys, to tell the truth, it doesn't matter, right? Spurs fans, it doesn't matter anymore, right? All of us just have to look at ourselves, right? Right? In the end of the day, don't blame the manager, don't blame the owner, don't blame the tea lady, don't blame the grass cutter, right?
The tea lady.
Blame ourselves. We allow this. Just blame ourselves, right? That's all I gotta say, right? Just blame ourselves. What do you want me to do? I'm in Malaysia, right? So you want me to pick up a flag of Levy out and run around wherever I live in?
Do you
think
have
that
any
will
Spurs
matter?
shops in Malaysia?
What Spurs shops?
I'm asking if there are any in Malaysia.
There is a Spurs, what call official Spurs association or something like that, right?
All right. So can you not go there and start waving a flag? Levy out. Levy.
No, it's pointless. They don't even have a headquarters for that, right? But maybe I could just go. Maybe I could just bring a banner and go down to the AIA office, right? And start protesting there, right? But the problem if I protest in Malaysia, right? If I do that without a proper paperwork, right, I'll get arrested.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, don't forget, every country's got rules and
I see
regulations,
you suddenly
right?
go to prison after protesting.
Yeah. So no. But if I apply for the permits and all that, yeah. And
then
if
we
they
see you
allow me to do
streaming
it,
from prison your watch along. It's like
no.
prison TV isn't good enough.
Yeah,
I can't tell what's going on.
And watch Spurs lose in prison, right? Yeah. It brightened my day up, right? Yeah.
But obviously, I mean, you see the chat, right? People talking about Conte. Do you think Conte's gone?
Honestly, right? During the World Cup break, I expected something to be finalized there. And we
Like
knew
a contract,
Conte,
you mean?
the contract, there was 45 days, Harry, 45 days. And if in 45 days, right, Conte and Levy couldn't come to an agreement, right, that means he won't be here in the summer, right? That's why I keep telling you guys, right, we will never win the FA Cup, right? Even if we get to the final of the FA Cup, right, most probably Conte will be sacked before the FA Cup final, right? So that's how I see it. But in the end, we are not in the FA Cup because why? That is not our club's priority, right? Our priority is to get top 4, right? There's a trophy. Yay! Top 4 trophy, right? So it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It's kind of pointless though, really.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, there's been a lot of talk about De Zerbi at Brighton, Pochettino, of course. A lot of people I read want Enrique. Whether he'll come to Tottenham or not, I highly doubt it. But do you care which manager comes in next?
Honestly, no. To tell the truth, right? Any top and elite manager that comes into any football club, not even Spurs, right? Any top manager that goes into any football club, top or elite football, right? What I will say is that they will have demands. And do you think Levy will meet their demands? No. And to tell the truth, the only way, right, for Levy to bring in the top manager again, right, is to pay him top money again, right? Why wouldn't Conte come to Spurs under an 18-month contract, okay, which pays 20 million euros? Think about it, right? Conte will come, I'll give it a test, right? If it works out, it works out. If I win a cup along the way, I'm a hero, right? Right?
He
The
knows.
Spurs
We'll probably build a statue outside
yeah. We won't
Tottenham.
build a statue from nobody, right? Levy won't build a statue for nobody except for himself, most probably, right? There'll be a bald head of him in the top of the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. In a matter of time, you watch and see, right?
What do you think?
But what I'm saying,
Like, we'll go outside and then there'll be a statue of Levy outside the stadium.
nah, outside, it must be right up in the top where the cockerel is, right? It'll be called the Levy Skywalk.
The Levy Skywalk.
Yeah, rub the bald head while you passed it.
Yeah, the Beyonce concert conflicted with the FA Cup, so we need to go out so more fans could go and watch it.
Nah, that's the truth. Like we are out of the FA Cup from day one. Like from a long time where everyone's saying, oh, FA Cup is our last chance. We're not going for cups like that. We never had been. We will not be, right, until the end of time. Simple as that. It's so sad, right?
The end of time.
Yeah.
You know, Eugene, when I was a kid growing up, in the 90s, right, we used to take cups really seriously. I remember.
Oh, we were the cup side, right?
We were known as a cup side.
Yeah, we were feared in the 90s, right? Nobody wanted to draw Spurs, right? Whether it's the FA Cup, not even the 90s, even in the 80s, right? Along the way, FA Cup was more or less in our pockets. We used to reach finals, right, and semifinals easily, but that all ended very quickly. Right? But however you want to see this, right, it's all about money, right? To tell the truth, I don't mind the money, right? But if the money is spent properly to develop the football side of everything, I don't mind. But at the moment, we can see nothing's been developed. Our youth academy is off sync from our first team, right? There is no plan. There's no this. There's no that. I mean, it's over and over and over again. We go through this cycle. We talk about it. We moan about it. We complain about it. But in the day, I've come to the conclusion, right? Don't blame anyone else. Look at yourself, right? Whatever you want to complain, whatever you want to say, look at yourself first. Because a lot of Spurs fans out there now are not united because of that, right? We fight among each other. There's the Levy in, the Levy out, right?
Yep.
And the worst part is that we fight among ourselves in the Levy out. So how are we going to win? We ain't going to win, right? Let it end. Conte will. Conte.
I'm not saying I'm against Thomas Frank, but what I can warn people about going off for another project manager, right, is would you say, because a lot of people are saying this to me, right, for weeks and weeks, Eugene. I'll go on different shows and whatever. So they'll tell me this. They'll say, okay, let's say the club put out a statement with Thomas Frank as a manager, right, just as an example. And they tell us, oh, in 5 years, we're aiming to win the title or something. Just as an example. Would you really trust the statement that's put out after all these years of lies? Would you really trust they're going to see that through? Because if it was me, I wouldn't. Because this is the thing everyone keeps telling me. Oh, let's do a project. I'm not saying that I'm against it. No. Let's do a project. Well, do you really trust the club and Levy to go through with the project and see it through? I don't. I wouldn't believe them.
The only thing that I think that actually came out of Levy's mouth, right, which was the truth, right? That's when the first time when he bought Spurs, right? It's an investment. That's all, right? It's not about the football. It's about making money, all right? Even recently when he did his YouTube interview or video kind of thing, right? There was so many things that he could have talked about, but no. He spent so much time talking about property development around the football stadium. So it tells you the story, right? 1.5 years ago, he came out and said that every single penny is put back into the team, right? First thing I said, yeah, ain't the football team. Most probably is going to the property side team. Look what Was I wrong? No, right? So it is what it is. And do you think the club will come out and make a statement that we will have a project 5 years' time? We'll be aiming for the title. Yes, they will. They
Well, do
most
you
probably
believe
will.
them? But do you believe them if they did that? Because I don't. I wouldn't, because I've had 20 years of being told
To
lies,
tell you the truth, right?
effectively.
Why should I believe them?
Yeah, there's no
Yeah,
reason to believe them
yeah.
at this
There's no
point.
reason to believe them.
Yeah.
Unless if he says that, right, then the next statement he says that I'm stepping down from
Down. Yeah,
running the
yeah, and I'll
football
be like,
team. Then
yes.
I'll believe them,
Yeah.
right? Right. I ain't gonna
I,
believe him.
Eugene, I actually think Levy's more of a problem than Enoch, in the sense that because Levy wants to stay even if we sell the club,
Yeah.
and I think is so. Eugene? Who do you think puts the transfer policy? Do you think it's Enoch, or do you think it's actually Levy who decides that?
Transfer policy?
Yeah, we have
Our
the policy
transfer
of
policy?
buying young players to sell on and that sort of thing. Is
No,
that
that
Levy
has
who
to be
decides
Levy.
that?
Must always remember, right?
Yeah,
Enoch is the English what call it? English
investment
National
company. Yeah,
Investment Company,
yeah,
right? So it's an investment company. So Enoch doesn't make decisions on the football, right?
yeah.
Levy is Enoch's representative on the board.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
and he's the chairman, so he makes the decision. Do you think Joe Lewis will be scratching his balls and thinking, who are we going to buy? No, right? He ain't going to be doing that, right?
Or trust Levy to swing a cat.
Mm,
Kidnap players in Manchester. Broken fax machine. Oh yeah, broken fax machines. That's like
yeah, that was all the
Moutinho. Do you remember
excuses.
João Moutinho? We tried to sign him and he
Yeah,
did like it.
all those excuses that we always get, right?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
The reason I bring this up is because, say if Levy stepped down, like you said, we got a new chairman. Do you think he would do things differently, even if we had Enoch as, say Enoch stayed, right? But we had a different chairman. I don't know who. I'm just saying. Say there's rumors that Joe Lewis's daughter's like a massive fan or something.
Yeah.
So say if she took charge. I'm just talking hypothetically here. I don't know much about her, but wouldn't you think someone like that would do a better job than someone like Levy? Because my main issue with Spurs is not just that obviously the few million we miss out on players, but it's also what we buy in terms of like the age range and that's transfer policy itself. If the transfer policy was different and we signed, say, 3 quality players for like 60, 70 million each rather than 10 players for like 100 million, do you understand what I'm trying to say?
No, honestly, if Levy leaves, right?
Mm,
If you just bring in any footballing person who have half a footballing brain, right, who cares about the football, right,
yeah,
he'll do a
yeah,
better job, right?
yeah.
Simple as that. If you're not going to count the numbers, you're not going to look at the money
Mm,
side, and you're not going to look at all the property development and focus on the football. Of course, he'll do a better job. But the problem is that it will never happen, right? Most probably, if pressure gets too much to Levy, he might step down as the chairman of the club, right? But he will still be pulling the strings in the background, right? Because nowadays he still is a shareholder of Enoch, which owns
Tottenham.
80,
Yeah.
80 over percent, 85, 86, or 87% of Spurs at the
Mm.
moment, right? So, and of course, you know, Joe Lewis won't care. And let's say even if his daughter comes into the scene, she's got no experience in football. She will have to depend on someone who has got football experience. So, I don't know, bring back Ozzy Ardiles, right? Or man, get Stell to become the chairman.
Can you imagine? I think that'd be pretty
Right,
funny actually.
right. Get Stell to
With
become the
Iggy as well, his assistant.
yeah, yeah. And most
Can you
probably
imagine?
we'll get all the Levy Outer YouTubers to become part of the board.
I can be director of football.
Yeah, yeah. I'll run the tea lady side.
Yeah, big up Marlon. Yeah, I went on a massive
Become
rant
Marlon
last night. I went on a massive rant last night on this show.
on Marlon's show.
Yeah, I lost the plot. I had enough. Um, but so
I've gone beyond losing the plot.
uh,
So yeah.
Eugene, have you
Now,
read the story? Eugene, have you read the story about Spurs being directing themselves to be a multi-sports club? Have you heard about this?
yeah, I read
Yeah.
the story, right?
So shall I tell
Don't
you?
worry,
I'm
don't,
gonna read
don't
you.
don't worry,
I'm gonna
guys.
read you.
We'll be having the Tottenham Hotspur badminton team, right?
Mm,
Next thing we'll be having the Tottenham Hotspur rugby team, right?
mm.
Right, field hockey team, And most Levy will build an ice hockey ring, and we'll have an ice hockey team too. And don't forget the NFL team. That's the big money.
That's the most important, let's be honest.
Yeah, the NFL team.
But I'm going to read you a quote from that story because to me it was very alarming. So the quote, this is by the way from Football Insider. So the guy was talking about how Spurs want to be a multi-sport club. They want to offer different things and that sort of thing. Anyway, there's one quote that really, really alarmed me. It goes, "If you don't like football, there are a lot of other things they can provide. If you're inviting potential new partners, there are other things you can show them." It's just the fact he goes, "If you don't like the football," it kind of implies to me that they don't really care that much about the football.
Harry, you know what it's going to become? We are supporters of Tottenham Hotspur Sports Association.
Sports Association.
Yeah. Because we our hands are into every kind of sports, right? So sports association. Next thing you know, we'll build a track and field around the stadium too, right? Or maybe the track and field will pop up from under the stadium, right? We'll have long jumps, high jumps, right?
The Olympics. They had the Olympics. They had the Olympics, right?
The next thing Levy will say that
javelin team.
The next London Olympics, right? The Tottenham Hotspur Stadium will be providing this sports coming: high jump, javelin throw, hammer throw.
But do you think that it means that Spurs will try to expand to be like, I hate to say this, like you saying about rugby and NFL? Do you think they're going to try and do an Spurs NFL team and do like a Spurs basketball team or something? Because this quote implies to me that it's like if the football ain't good enough, there's like another team you can go and watch there. We're gonna have the F1 track around the side. You got the NFL pitch. It's like it's not even a football stadium anymore. You got NFL pitch.
Yeah.
What's next? What else can they put on there? Like basketball court? That's anything.
You can put a basketball court. You can put the basketball court somewhere near Levy Land area, right? So you can put a tennis court there too, right? You can put an Olympic-sized swimming pool somewhere, right? We can do diving platform of somewhere too. It's all don't forget, it's all property development from there. So.
Diving. After seeing the transfers, we can just dive into the pool.
Yeah. No, by that time, who cares about the football, right? Yeah. Like what Philly 2109 says, end the football. And football will come last, right?
Yeah, but this is what I mean. To me, all these, like, obviously, you've seen that screenshot because you sent that to me actually. The screenshot of it saying at the bit end the football about Spurs Stadium provides loads of different events and stuff and and host football matches.
No, maybe we'll host football matches.
Yeah. Is that what it was? Maybe
Maybe we'll host.
And obviously, you had this quote from Football Insider from someone who claimed. Obviously, I don't think I don't know how reliable Football Insider is, but sometimes they get things very right. And the multi-sports club to me kind of rings kind of true because obviously we've had the NFL here already, so it wouldn't surprise me. But does it mean we're going to have a Tottenham Hotspur football team, a Tottenham Hotspur basketball team?
No, guys.
Is that what they're trying to do?
I can tell you one thing, right? If Levy is in Bahrain now with the F1, most probably, right, Tottenham Hotspur will be having their first Formula One Tottenham Hotspur
player
race team.
Yeah.
And guys, just an update, right? Verstappen is number 1, Perez is number 2, and then a surprise, right? Fernando Alonso is 3rd.
Is
in
he?
the Aston Martin, yeah. Ferrari, bye.
I still like Ferraris. I used to watch McLaren a lot. I remember.
Yeah. Oh, McLaren is out. Yeah.
Back in the day, I used to watch him with Michael. What was his name?
Johnson Button.
Is it David Coulthard? Is it Coulthard?
David Coulthard. Yeah. David Coulthard. Yeah. David Coulthard. Then after that, he went to Red Bull.
Yeah, I remember when he was driving McLaren because I really like McLarens. Yeah. I used to watch, Le Mans 24 Hours. I used to watch that. I remember.
Oh, I used to watch. Yeah, Le Mans 24 Hours was fun. Right, it's a 24 hours.
Brilliant to look at the cars. Yeah. They had like a special sort of thing, and they were like, those cars would be turned into like Formula One cars or something, wasn't it? Or they were advertising cars.
Yeah, but Le Mans Formula One is totally different category of cars. Never turned into Formula One. Formula One is always Formula One. Yeah,
Mm.
that's what I said.
Yeah, that was fun. More fun than watching Tottenham right now.
Yeah.
But do you think that, say in 5 years, do you think the club want to, or club or Levy, however you want to put it, want to move into like a multi sports team in the sense that, because obviously, the reason I say this also is because Kane mentioned he wants to play in the NFL. Remember?
To tell the truth, right? 5 years time, we do not know what's going to happen down the line,
Mm,
right? But whatever. To tell the truth, has it doesn't matter. I keep
mm,
telling a lot of people now. I've come to the conclusion that it doesn't matter if, right, like what Phil says that, right, the stadium is actually a giant transformer. For all you know, it'll change
mm.
into Optimus Prime and fly to the moon.
Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
Optimus.
Uh, right. Or maybe who's the other guy? The bad guy,
Megatron. You mean
Megatron, right?
Megatron? Yeah.
Yeah, play into Megatron and shoot everybody else in the stadium, right?
Shoot Levy.
Yeah. No, Levy will be sitting on Megatron's shoulder, right?
I have this image of, and I've
Yeah,
seen Transformers when it
yeah,
goes, in the first one, right? When it goes, I am Megatron, and he breaks
yeah,
out the ice. And
yeah,
suddenly I have this image now of Levy sitting on his like,
yeah. Sitting on his shoulder, right?
yeah, I am Megatron.
Uh, I don't know, but
But
to tell the
it's
truth,
quite
right?
worrying to me
No,
reading
to
stuff
tell the
like that.
truth,
Yeah.
it doesn't actually really matter, right? Whether if the money comes in, it generates enough funds, right, for us to actually put it back into the football, it doesn't really matter. But the problem is
Mm,
that it doesn't. Even if it does, right, we misspend it. So the problem with the football side is, right, we don't have footballing people running the football, right? We've got property agents and accountants running the football. So what do you expect? Of course, we'll misspend the money, right? And of course, the deals that go behind. I've been saying, imagine we misspent 500 million pounds, right? £500 million, right? Imagine the commissions that's been spent there,
mm.
agent fees, commissions, the brown envelopes going around, right? So who makes the money, right? That's how I see it. Always the skeptic. I'm the brown envelope guy.
The thing is, though, also you make a very good point because if Levy spent the amount he spent on managers, say he kept Poch, right? If he spent the money he spent on those managers like Mourinho, Conte,
Nuno,
Nuno to get them in, if he spent that on defenders, we probably would have fixed our defense under Pochettino. You know that.
we would have fixed our defense, right? Most probably he paid 30 or 40 million pounds for some dud from somewhere that we don't even know.
Because
Right?
they're looking at Guehi at Palace or something. Because
Yeah.
he's one. I'm not saying he's a bad defender, but he's not a ready-made defender to come in and make a difference from now. He's just someone you sign for the future, as they say, for the future.
But has if the price is right, right? Why not? If it doesn't cost much, right?
I
Why
think it's
not?
40 million from what I've heard.
If it's the problem is our transfer policies are it's always like that, right?
Hmm.
40
If it's
million.
cheap,
40 million is not cheap. I mean, it's you should get some quality out of 40 million. But what I'm saying is that if you paid extra 10 or 15 more million pounds, right, you could get top quality players, right? Yeah, to
mm,
tell you the truth, right? Amen. Yeah, yeah, Philly, right? But if the money went into the team, but it doesn't. But to tell you the truth, the money does go into the team, right? But the problem is that we don't buy the correct players. Why do we keep doing it? It's just same process over and over again, right? 2 years ago, when he came out with the program, he said, we
mm.
could go back. We misspent 250 million. 2 years later, now he said we've misspent 500 million, right? My question is, in the end of the day, where is the accountability? Who misspent that money, right?
He spent
Someone had to
half
be.
of it. Eugene Levy spent half of it.
No, that's what I know. I'm saying no accountability. So
Yeah,
if you build a culture of no accountability, right? What
then no
happens?
one's ever going to take responsibility. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
our players won't have accountability too,
Mm,
right? You get what I'm saying? Why should our players have accountability? Why should our managers have accountability? Right?
mm.
We're a club with no accountability because our owners don't have accountability. So simple as that. Nobody's responsible for their actions, right? In that day,
But Levy
yeah.
won't ever want to be responsible for his actions. He'll just blame everyone else because he's the chairman. He just be like, "Oh no, it's the manager's fault. Oh no, it's this scout. Or no, it's this." Because Paratici was brought in for two reasons. I think number one, because the fans were calling for a director of football, so he thought, I'll bring someone in to appease the fans, like he did with Conte, obviously afterwards. But that was the whole directive of that because they kept saying we need someone to deal with the football, but obviously he doesn't let Paratici do his job. And number two, because he can blame Paratici if something goes wrong now, because everyone on the internet is just blaming Paratici.
Three reasons. One, yes, the fans demanded a DOF.
Yeah.
I got you a DOF. Two, yep, the DOF can be a scapegoat. Three, Paratici can teach him some things about the deals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, apparently
Yeah.
the Richarlison deal, I was reading somewhere that it might be a bit suspect because I think Levy's really good friends with Peter Kenyon.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
brokered that deal during dinner, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was that in
Yeah.
Mayfair apparently. I think it was
Yeah.
during
And
Mayfair.
and you know what Peter Kenyon told Levy? Yo, you
No,
bald
I don't
cunt.
know.
You gotta pay me
You're
for
bald.
Dele Alli.
pay them to take Dele Alli. Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, right, Richarlison is worth 30 million pounds, right? You gotta top out another 20 million pounds, right? Just for us taking Dele Alli
Just
away
giving
from
us
you.
Dele. Yeah, just giving us Dele
Yeah.
Alli. To be fair to Richarlison, though, I think he's been
Insurance.
treated a bit unfairly. But anyways, I
Yeah.
just because he finally got some rhythm, right, and then we dropped him. It just didn't make any sense to me. But anyway,
Nah, guys, to tell the truth, our club, right, for the past 6, 7 years has been on this weird kind of trip. We rely too much on Harry Kane, and then the last 2, 3 seasons we've been
he's
relying
spot
too
on
much
about
on.
Dyer, by the way. It's absolutely
Yeah,
spot on. Yeah.
yeah. No, Philly 2109. We are a club, right, that signs bang average players, like some YouTubers say, and let them
Mr.
retire
Box
there.
Office, Mr. Box
Yeah,
Office.
retire there. We'll keep extending the contracts, right? Because nobody wants to buy them, and Levy is won't let them go on a free, right? Or just kick them out of the club. So he rather hang on to them, right? And hopefully he'll squeeze some money out of them in the end of the day, which it'll never happen because half of the bloody world knows that they're shit. So who's gonna buy them? We've got 250 million pounds worth of players out on
Wasted.
loan now. So that shows how bad we are, right? That shows how bad we are.
There's no point in Levy saying, "Oh, we mismanaged the spending of the money,"
Yeah.
but it's because he's the one who gets involved in it. If
He
he was
spent the money, yeah, that's it.
if he was a chairman who was known for not meddling and he just left the football people to do the signings, he gave them a fixed amount of say 250 million each window, just as an example, and he said to them, "Go buy you and Paratici and Conte, go buy the players you want spend with the money how you want to," and then they spent it wrong, I'd be like, fair enough to bring it up. But we hear about Levy signing Spence behind Conte's back. We hear about Levy signing Richarlison recently. I've heard Basuma as a club signing. So how many million is that wasted? 130 million wasted just by
Spence is
Levy.
15.
Yeah.
Richarlison is
60.
50. Say 50 first, not 60.
Yeah.
If he meets certain targets, it's 50. Bissouma is 25. So you're talking about nearly 100 million there, right?
Wasted by Levy, yeah.
It doesn't matter, right? So he in that day says that I'm the owner. I wasted. It's my prerogative, right? You are just fans.
He's not going to
right?
say it was him, is he? He's not going to say it's him.
Even if he says no, he said we misspent 500 million pounds on over 500 million pounds, right? On players. He came out of his own mouth and said that. So I guess he's admitting to culpability, right? But the problem is, of course, a lot of YouTubers nowadays are saying, "Oh, we can't sell the Celso, we can't sell Ndombele, we can't sell Regulon because why? The European market is soft. They don't have money to buy the players. Blah blah blah." Right? I tell you, if you sold each and every one of these players for 5 million pounds, right, they'll be gone. Simple as that.
I know, but we won't do it. We won't do it
take the hit. So if you don't take the hit, then of course there are a lot of people. Other people are saying that, oh, why should they leave, right? If they're getting wages of X amount in Spurs and getting lower wages in other clubs,
right, Phil. You're right.
Leave.
It's just that's just what I wish for. You're right, though. He won't do it. He's a control freak.
Yeah. All for nothing.
Let's touch on Son quickly before we look at Milan. thoughts on Son? Because since we last spoke, I think Son's only scored like 2 or 3 goals. That's been
Yeah.
a while. I think it's probably been
Guys,
like
to
2
tell
or
the
3
truth,
months.
right? I've been saying, if you watch Son play last year, right, he used to play
Mm,
higher up the pitch, right? That's
mm,
when Kane linked up with Son brilliantly, right? This season, Son has been playing too far deep in, where whenever Kane gets the ball, he doesn't have a runner coming up from high up on the pitch. He's got no one to pass to. Son is doing too much defensive work, right? I do not know whether that's Conte's tactical problem, or maybe Conte says that we got shit defenders. We need you there to cover up for
mm,
whoever's on the left, right?
mm.
Perisic can't defend, right? Dyer is shit, right? Or whoever is
Irish.
on whichever side. So,
Yeah.
sorry, Davis is shit, right? And to tell the truth, maybe Davis at the moment plays much better as a
Wing
left
back.
wing
Yeah.
back,
Yeah.
right? For all we know, right?
But
So,
Eugen, you say those things, right? But when I watch Son, it's not just obviously his positioning, because I see him. Obviously, Perisic. This is the rubbish argument. I think it's fucking ridiculous that people use this argument about Perisic and Son, because Perisic is probably the most wide of the wing backs we have. He plays almost on the touchline 99% of the time. There's all that space Son can go into from the
okay,
touchline to the
okay,
box.
Harry,
And what
okay,
is Son? And I saw Son yesterday going to the bloody right hand side where Kulusevski was. I'm like, mate, what are you doing?
okay, all right. I'll give you this scenario.
Yeah.
If you have to come back and defend 80% of the time, right, you will lose your rhythm going out back on attack. Okay? If you are bursting from inside your own penalty box to go all the way up to the other side of the penalty box, right, you won't have the stamina by the time you reach there. But if you were in a halfway line, right, hugging the halfway line, right, and you burst from there into their penalty box, right, then you will see a different Son. That was the different Son we saw last season. This season, the Son we keep seeing,
To me,
right, it's nothing to do
so
with the
say,
space between Perisic and Son. You
so
get what
it's
I'm
not
saying?
Perisic's fault. Let's just get this clear. It's not
No.
Perisic's
No,
fault, is
it
it?
doesn't matter whose fault it is, right? At the moment now, right? Because Son is played out of his normal position. He has to defend more because Perisic can't defend. Imagine if the other way around, right?
But
Perisic
but
is
you say
defending
that,
and Son
but
is
you say
further up.
that where Eugene last season we had Sessegnon. Sessegnon can't defend. He's
Yeah, but
rubbish.
Son wasn't
Sessegnon's
defending
probably
for
worse.
Sassuolo last season,
Yeah,
right?
so the argument to me seems a bit wild.
No, the thing is that at least Sassuolo, right? He can go up the field, he can come back down the field.
Yeah.
Perisic goes up the field, he can't come back down the field. So Son has to cover that part for him, correct?
But you say that, but like I said, I saw someone playing on going to even to the right yesterday,
Yeah.
and so
No,
he's not
that he had
covering for
no
Perisic
choice. He
then,
had
is
to go back
he?
to the right if there's no options onto the left. Son can play on the right or the left. We all know that, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes he would drift into the left, sometimes you drift into the right, right? Yesterday, what I saw in the first half is, right, none of the players wanted to pass the ball to Pedro Porro on the right.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so if
Do you
anything, Son
notice it?
should get
I
more
notice
support
it.
then.
They had the
Yeah.
ball all the time. They keep going onto the left. None of them wanted to pass the ball to Porro. Why? Maybe Porro is still fresh. Maybe Porro is still new. He still can't,
Yeah,
they
Porro is a
don't
bit
trust him with the
different. I
ball,
think Porro is a bit
right?
different.
You get what I'm saying? So maybe it takes time, right, for the players to acclimatize to what's Porro's play and for the players to trust Porro with the ball. You see? That's why I keep going to the left.
No, with Porro, it's understandable. But Son this season, I think, is his fault because he's the one choosing to play so deep. I don't think it's anyone else. And the reason I say this is because as a forward,
No,
myself,
if
Eugene,
Son doesn't play deep to cover Perisic missing position, right? How would our defense perform? We already shit with those three players behind there, right? If there's no
but
people coming
Eugene,
back to cover there,
it was basically the same defense as last season. The only difference is Perisic.
yeah, like I'm saying, that's why Perisic is up,
So it's
Son is
not that
down.
much of a
Perisic and Son has reversed their positions.
no,
You get
I
what I'm
don't
saying?
think so.
No, but you see, if Son gets the ball in the deep end of our field, right, while he goes up,
Yeah.
right, he can't do what he does when he's further up, where he bursts into the opponent's penalty box. By the time from our deep end he reaches the penalty box, right, bro, he's 30 years old.
He's 30 years old. But
Yeah,
Perisic is 34.
and Perisic is 34.
Yeah. But what I'm
Right.
trying to say is, to me, it doesn't matter which wing back he's played with this season. He still looked rubbish to me. He's
Oh,
only scored 3 goals in his 24 starts, whatever it is, 25 starts. His best time has come when he's come off the bench. When we've been winning in the game, he's come on and he's scored. Yeah. In the Preston game, he played in the middle. And that's the first time I actually saw Son. To me, that was Son's best game this season when he played in the middle against Preston. It's the first time I saw him actually like playing sort of well, because he's playing in the middle. But my argument is with Son is like what it is, Eugene. Also, it is confidence as well. It's psychological. He's clearly
no,
lacking
that's right.
confidence.
That's why he's been played out of position for starting of the season, he's been out of position. That has taken a dent on his
No. I
confidence.
think it's his own fault, Eugene. Because when
Okay,
as a
okay, okay.
striker,
As we just come down to the conclusion, right? It's the Calvin Klein curse. That's all.
What I'm trying to say, Eugene, is I play as a striker as myself sometimes, yeah. And during the match, right, you play the game when you don't get the ball or if you're missing chances, yeah. Naturally, you lose confidence, right? It's normal. And by nature, like you see this with Harry Kane as well, right? By nature, the attackers will drop back because they want to get the ball, and
Yeah.
because they're not as confident in the box because they know this whole season. You saw Son's miss when he was offside; he just skied it. But as in throughout the team, they know that if I get a chance in front of goal and I miss, I'm going to be devastated. Rather, if you're a striker like was on playing on form, right? If you're in form, if you miss a chance, you're in abundance. So you're not. It's not a big
But
deal to
but
you if
but
you miss a
but
chance
but Has, you
because you
must
know you'll score
understand.
the next one.
You must understand. How many
Yeah.
chances have we been getting this season? Not many too, right? We're not like pounding the door down on any other teams, right? It's not to say that we got 30, 40 chances, right?
Mm.
Or maybe missed chances. Maybe we've got like 10 or 13 shots on goal, right? Look our shots on goal this season, right? They're low, right? They're very low. I don't know why. Maybe, like I said, you want to blame Conte, you want to blame Levy, whoever you want to blame. In the end of the day, don't blame anyone. Look at yourselves. That's all.
I
Right?
think like to me, it's more the fact that obviously the front players don't get a lot of rest in general because the
Yeah.
options we have are not as good. Because Danjuma's kind of
And,
waste.
and the worst part is
And
that, worst part, Harry, we've been
yeah,
using Son and Kane for the past 5 years non-stop.
no rest.
Non-stop. No rest.
Yeah,
They play every single game, every single minute, right? Maybe Son and Kane now have reached a certain level where they're burning out, right? And the worst part is that maybe, how you said, Conte's training methods, right, are actually wearing them down. They are maybe tired. Even that's why, like I said, tomorrow I will be doing a show asking the sports
yeah.
science doctor, right, what is actually happening to us. And to tell the truth, we've got a shitty medical team, right? That's
Did
the
you
other.
see Romero's comments before he had to
Yeah,
retract them?
yeah,
Yeah,
I know. We all
before he
saw
came out
that.
and tweeted to retract it.
Yeah. So that's it. So like I'm saying, you see, you have this type of scenario in the club, the culture, right?
Mm,
Our owner is a liar, right?
hmm
So it goes all the way down. When someone comes out and talk about the truth, right? You're not allowed to say anything. Retracted. Everything
Danny
retracted.
Rose, remember Danny
Yeah,
Rose?
Danny Rose got, the worst
Banished.
treatment. Yeah, banished,
Yeah.
right? Weren't allowed to, play at all, right? Until he ran out his contract with the under 23s, right? That's a sad thing. So that is the club culture, right? Nobody's allowed because you know why? There are too many lies, right? If our club and our owners are truthful and honest with the fans, right? And be something like Mike Ashley and come and says that I'm not here to win shit, right? Suck it up. I just want your money. If Levy came out and said that to us, right, what would happen? Of course, the fan base will go crazy, right? But Levy will say this: I don't want to win cups, I don't want to win trophies, right? I don't give a shit about all that, but I want top four because the money is there, right? If you want to watch and enjoy, come and join us. If he said that to the fans all these years, right? Maybe by now the fans will accept that, yeah, we're just going to go for top four. We won't have expectations for trophies, right? Then there won't be all this hoo-ha. But no, he covers it all up, right? He brings in Conte, right? Why? Smoke and mirrors? Stopgap? right? And then next thing now we watch Poch is coming back. Yeah, big deal.
Another stopgap.
No, a big deal to me. It's not even a stopgap, big deal, right? Do you think Poch, right, is not going to need another 500 million to £1 billion, right, to rebuild our team in the next 5 years? Yeah, like Poch is going to turn Elfie Devine and who else? Dane Scarlett, right, into the next Harry Kane. Yeah, Elfie Devine into the next Modric, right? Is he going to do that?
No.
So, yeah, dream on, right? That's all.
And also,
the
people forget half the players.
Guys, to tell the truth, right? It took Newcastle fans 10 years to get rid of Mike Ashley. Yeah, we've just started now and we're all moaning and groaning, right? Can't even get along with each other. Sooner or later, maybe all the things will align, right?
I've
Maybe
been
all.
Levy out since 2012, personally. So it's been over 10. It's been 10 years for me.
I've been Levy out since, oh dear, the couple of finals that we didn't make through, the games that we were supposed to win, we didn't win, right? But of course, the time I was in Malaysia, I never actually found any Levy outers. I didn't even knew Levy outers existed at the time
until the internet.
until 2 years ago, right? Until I found this great community of Levy outers, right? Which are
for
guys,
me,
we are all nice people, right? We don't do bad things, right? Not like what been said about us. So, what are we going to talk about next?
Yeah, we've got a game on Wednesday. As we spoke about before.
Should we?
Yeah. So we're losing 1-0 in the first leg, Eugene. Do you see us scoring a goal on Wednesday?
Okay, this is the history of Tottenham.
Oh, here we go.
We beat West Ham. We beat Chelsea. We lose to Sheffield United, and we will lose. And we lost to Wolves, right? I tell you, right? We will beat Milan. We will beat Milan. The only thing is that will we score 2 goals? That's all, right? The only thing is that for all you know, we might score 2 goals, right? It could be a 2-0 game, 3-1 game, right? The only thing is just hope it doesn't drop into some kind of a stoppage, extra time penalty shootout. That's my biggest fear, right? Because I'm not sure about.
Do you see that happening?
Yeah.
Extra time.
Yeah, possible. Because it could be a 1-0, right? It'll drag on until extra time and a penalty shootout. And this season, there's no away goals rules anymore, right?
Yeah, I know. It's
or it could be a 2-1. Yeah, it could be 2-1, right? 3-2, right?
4-3.
Yeah, 4-3, right? But I doubt it will be high scoring because after the Leicester game, it hasn't been that too high scoring, right? We don't score too many and we don't let in too many, right? But
I agree. I don't think it'll be high. I don't think it'll be a high scoring game.
Yeah, we'll never know. But to tell the truth, right? The worst part about this scenario is that whenever the odds are with us, we lose. Whenever the odds are against us, we win. That will come to a different theory.
So do you think we'll win then because the odds are against us?
Yeah, I think we'll win.
Because for me, Wednesday's the most important game of our season now.
To tell the truth, right? That's the sad thing about Spurs fan. We choose when is our most important game, right? To tell the truth, right? Every fucking game should be the most important game, right? If you want to achieve something, it doesn't matter whether you're playing, yeah, but we don't.
But you say that, Eugene, but because we only care about just finishing top 4 in the league. I say every cup game now is the most important.
That is our ambition. That's the culture of the club. We pick and choose the games that we want to focus on, right? If you're a champion, if you're a champion challenging team, right, or a squad, right, what goes on is that every game is important. Every game you're out there to win. It doesn't matter until the last second, right, or the last millisecond. Your desire is there to win, right? But the problem is that we don't have that, right? Take it from me. Langley having to play a middle centre back doesn't matter whether it's Giant Street or ex-Arsenal centre forward, right? Yeah, we'll destroy Langley. But I can tell you, David Clark, we won't be playing that team again. Most probably against Milan, if I'm not mistaken, we'll revert back to the same team that we played against.
Dye suspended. Eugene, Dye suspended.
Oh. Dye suspended. I know. Maybe you'll play Sanchez in the middle then. Oh yeah, I forgot. Sheffield United game, right? Don't blame anybody else. Just blame the rain.
Yeah. It was raining. That's why we lost.
Yeah. We can't play in the rain, right?
Yeah.
Water gets in the eye, so the players can't run, can't see.
I can't see.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Sanchez can't see, so that's why he can't pass the ball. What can we
Yeah.
do?
No. And then Bambi on ice, he slips whenever it rains. Yeah. You never know whether Sanchez will maybe I don't know. Maybe he'll try Romero as center back, play Sanchez on the right.
Romero, Sanchez, and Longley or something like
Yeah.
that, and put
Longley.
Davies at wing back.
Put Davis on the left wing back, right? Put Porro or Emerson Royale on the right wing back, right? And stick with Højbjerg and Skip middle.
Yeah.
Right. And the front three is a throw of a dice. You want Richarlison, Kane, Decky, Son, Kane, Decky, right? Then Yuma, Kane, Decky, whatever.
And Juma.
Yeah. I don't know. Then Yuma seems to be
waste of a signing.
Yeah, then Yuma score goals in the Champions League, right? Don't forget against Villarreal, right?
These went really bad teams.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that leaves us with Sanchez. Okay, what David said. Yeah.
So,
yeah,
do you have a score prediction then for Wednesday? What do you think?
Okay, my score prediction: 2-0 Spurs.
Clean sheet.
Yeah, clean sheet. Yeah.
Harry Kane scoring probably. Yeah.
Harry Kane will get one. Right. Maybe Richarlison will get one too.
If he plays.
Yeah. He'll play. Don't worry. He'll play somehow.
Like I would start Richarlison. I don't understand why we gave him 3 games in a row, then we dropped him. It's like he finally got some rhythm, and it's like, and you know what, Eugene, which really annoys about Richarlison is that people forget Son's first season at Tottenham, he wasn't that good at all. It took him like 1 or 2 years to even break into the team. But those same people defending Son won't afford Richarlison the same treatment. So it's just a bit hypocritical.
No, Harry, I understand. But the problem with now, right, the society, you're talking about 6-7 years ago when people had more patience, right? At the moment now, everybody wants instantaneous results, right? If you pay 60 million pounds for a player, right, you want instantaneous results.
Son was only 22 million, I think.
Yeah, Son was only 22 million at that time, right? But the thing is that if you're talking about 60 million pounds for Richarlison, he was touted to come in as, we call a rotational player for Kane, Son.
Exactly. Yeah.
But the problem is it hasn't worked out, right? There must be a reason it hasn't worked out, right? Accuracy, rhythm,
lack of game time, I'd say.
Lack of game time. No, the thing is that I'm saying we don't have a proper scope of what we want to do, right? Maybe you said that okay, Harry Kane plays these games, right? Premier League, right, and Champions League, right? Then the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. Richarlison plays up front, right? Somehow or another, we don't do that. So no plan. We only do is that, if Harry Kane is injured or Harry Kane is tired, Richarlison comes in, right? So I pity Richarlison too, right? We are all human. It will take time for him to get used to it. So at the moment now, like we talk about Pedro Porro. You think Pedro Porro is just going to come in and then he's going to score all the goals?
I didn't expect him to.
Yeah, we don't expect that, right? So we expect him to slowly, gradually gel with the team, get on with it, right? But of course the surprising part is that when Pedro Porro now has been signed, right? Emerson the Chicken Royale has turned into Emerson the Goat Royale, right? So next thing we will have some Varuval and some biryani, right? So let's see what happens there. But Milan,
Spurs win, yeah.
Spurs win. But the part with Milan at the moment now, they are picking up back their form, and if I'm not mistaken,
they lost yesterday though.
They lost again. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe Manyan is coming back. Apart from the goalkeeper, right? They're having the goalkeeper issues. But what we need. Are you going to the game?
Yeah. Also, United Liverpool's 0-0, and United fans are chanting, "We want Glazers out." So and then Liverpool have a banner, by the way, saying "FSG out, Klopp in, enough is enough."
Yeah. So
it's
we want the owners out derby.
Yeah. But it's not a good for us to protest, according to our fans.
No, but like I'm saying, right? Spurs fan, not consistent. If you want Levy out, do the Levy out thing. throughout.
Even when we win,
Right?
even when we
Even
win.
when we win, even when we smash a team, do it
Yeah.
throughout. Right? Not do it when we lose, not do it when we feel like doing it, right? Do it the whole 90 minutes, right? I mean, you can't be shouting Levy out the whole 90 minutes. Just do it throughout the whole 90 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I keep saying, right, in the end of the day, the majority of the Levy outers is just 1%. Not enough of us, right? It won't change, right? Until we just take a stance, until things get bad, right? At the moment, right, even if Conte goes, to tell the truth, a lot of people keep asking, will Conte walk? Will Conte walk? I was saying Conte would have walked last January, not even this January. Last January, I was already predicting Conte to walk, right? But somehow or another, we got in Deki, we got in Kulu, right? And Deki and Kulu worked out for Conte. And that's why he's still here, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Now,
Yeah.
it's not working out because Conte needed improvements in the positions that he needed, right? And of course, Conte is not going to say Dyer's a shit player, right? Sanchez can't play. If he goes out and slate his players now, right? Who's going to play for him?
Exactly.
Does he have a replacement for Dyer? No. Right? Does he have a replacement for Davis? No. But our clubs keep giving them extension of contracts. So these guys are going to be here longer than Conte, number one. And then the next manager that comes in, aka most probably is Poch, right? Poch will be staring at the same group of players which he wanted to get rid of 4 years ago, or 5 years ago, if you're not mistaken. So, like I said, congratulations. Welcome to Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, welcome to failure. Okay, so before I end the stream, Eugene, where can we find you? You're streaming tomorrow at 2 p.m. UK time. Yes.
Yep. Spurs Vision TV on YouTube. Right, guys. I'll be streaming tomorrow at 2 p.m. UK time. I'll be having some Newcastle fans on. The West Ham fan has pulled out. Maybe an Arsenal fan or two. Then of course I'll have some local Malaysian Spurs fans joining us, right? And like I said, I'll be having this sports science doctor, a prominent Malaysian, right? Who's actually been at the helm of the United has scored.
Oh, they just scored.
Oh, but the flight is up offside, luckily.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, so, a few minutes since half time, I think.
Yeah. Close out. Casemiro's offside. Is he offside? Oh yeah, he's offside. Yeah.
Who was it? Who was it?
Casemiro.
Casemiro, yeah.
Yeah,
because where I'm sitting, my TV's that side, so.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
But the thing is that I'll be giving him some medical questions, psychological questions, physical questions, right? Because he did say some interesting things in the previous show that we did, right? That our players can't actually handle the games continuously like that.
Whether the same level, you mean?
Yeah, to maintain that same level, we might be able to perform at the same level for 2 games and then we'll drop off 2 games after, then we'll pick it up again 2 games. That's why I say maybe we'll pick up the levels again against Milan, right? Or maybe it's just a ploy from the club, right? Since Conte isn't here, right? Levy is taking advantage of the situation. But of course, I have got deeper conspiracy theories, right? Which is,
we're gonna end up in
Levy land. Okay. Liverpool scores.
Liverpool scored.
Yeah, Gakpo.
Oh, Gakpo. He's starting with Nunes and Salah, isn't he?
Yeah. So
Liverpool catch us, maybe they'll catch us.
Yeah, Liverpool will be catching us soon, guys. Yeah. Soon.
I mean, not that I care about where we finish now, because even when we finish top 4, we don't push on. So
it doesn't matter. Yeah.
I'd rather we rested Kane in all the Premier League games and played him in all the cups at this point.
Harry, keep telling you the cups don't matter. To us, the cups don't matter, right? We're not there.
And big up David Clark. He's
big up David Clark.
I see him a lot of streams. Yeah, big up, mate.
Yeah. And David, if you've not subscribed to Spurs Vision TV, right? Subscribe, right?
Yeah, so go subscribe to my channel, his channel, wherever you subscribe to. Yeah.
We are very, very friendly.
Yeah. And for everyone watching, before I end the stream, I'll probably have a video out on Tuesday. I might do a solo stream. I haven't decided because I've got the day off, so I might do something for just go on a rant for an hour or something. I don't know. And I will have video out on Tuesday, I think. Just to do a little short preview again of the Milan game because it's on Wednesday. So, and I won't be able to. Yeah, I'm not sure who that is. But hey,
yeah. Big up.
So just before we leave, come on, you Spurs, and leave you out.
And as always, leave you out.